All right, today we're going to have a read of Buffy, an adventure story. And the author of this story is Bob Graham. Before we start reading, I want you to, in a minute, go and open up your predictions Google slide. And we're going to predict what this story is going to be about. So there are a couple of things you can use, some clues to help you predict what the story is going to be about. So we can have a look at the title. We can have a look at the picture. And we can have a look at the blurb on the back. But I'm not going to read the blurb to you because it's going to give it away. So we're just going to use the front cover to predict what the story is going to be about. So I want you to press pause and go and have a predict what the story is going to be about. All right, hopefully you've made your prediction using the front cover. And now we're going to have a read and we're going to stop throughout the story and make some more predictions. Buffy, an adventure story. Buffy had skills that were rare in a dog. As an assistant to Brillo the magician, he did his job well enough. But Buffy had talents of his own. He could juggle 3 clubs at once and throw a rope like a cowboy. He could escape the Houdini death trap while playing the harmonica. "Bravo!" cried the audience. His tap dancing skills were met with thunderous applause, and how the dust rose from those well-trodden boards. Brillo muttered darkly under his moustache. Buffy was becoming more popular than him. "Out and never come back," cried Brillo. Buffy's bottom lip quivered with emotion as he left the stage forever. He spent his last coins on a tin of dog food and a tin opener. In a bleak railway yard, he ate the last of his bonzo lamb chunks and pasta. He wiped his mouth on his spotty scarf and then... All right, this is the first spot where we're going to make our prediction. What happens next in the story? So I want you to press pause and go to your Google Slides and make a prediction of what's going to happen next. All right, now that you've made your prediction, let's read what happens. And then we're going to say whether we were correct and why or why not. So let's have a look. What clues in here could help us? I'll just read this bit again. In a bleak railway yard, he ate the last of his bonzo lamb chunks and pasta. He wiped his mouth on his spotty scarf and then... Buffy jumped aboard a moving freight train. Was your prediction correct? I want you to press pause and go back and revise your prediction. To the rhythm of the wheels, he tapped his foot and sang, "Oh, blue is me, oh, dearie me, I'm as down as a dog can be." And while he slept, the train continued its rhythm. Out, out, and never come back. Out, out, and never come back. Buffy woke the next morning to the smell of fresh cut grass and countryside. He put his harmonica in his bag and leapt off the train. "I will bring my tricks to the world," he said. But the world did not want Buffy's tricks. Nobody wanted a dancing sheepdog. Nobody wanted a tiny rope-throwing cattle dog. Nobody wanted a plate-juggling kitchen dog. Nobody wanted a guard dog who played the harmonica. Only one person wanted a wanderer like Buffy, but Buffy did not want him. "I will find myself a home," he said, and he travelled the world. He sat above the roaring engines of mighty road trucks. He crossed rivers and deserts. He stood on mountains and moaned at the moon. Then one day Buffy stopped. He put down his bag, wiped his brow, and looked around him. "I can go no further," he said. "I'm not a sheepdog, a cattle dog, a kitchen dog, or a guard dog. So what sort of dog am I?" All right, here is where we're going to make our second prediction. Have a look at the clues on this picture for what you think Buffy might do next. Have a look at the clues here. When you're ready, press pause and go to the Google Slides and make your prediction. All right, let's have a look. "I am Buffy, and I will do what I do, and this time the world shall come to me." Buffy's feet beat out the rhythm of the train on the tracks, and his harmonica howled like the desert wind and pulsed like the engines of the mighty road trucks. So, was your prediction correct? So this is what people call busking. So he's singing on the streets. So I want you to go back and revise your prediction on the Google Slides. Press pause now. Many coins rattled into Buffy's cup that day, and many faces passed by. Then someone stood in front of him. His breath stopped, his feet stopped, and the sun came out. Here is where we're going to make our last prediction. Who do the feet belong to? Who is standing in front of Buffy? I want you to press pause now and go and make your last prediction on the Google slide. It was Mary Kelly. How did you go with your prediction? I want you to go and revise your prediction and say whether you were correct and why or why not. Press pause now. And Mary's mother and father and her brother and her grandma and her granddad and her baby sister. For Buffy and the Kellys too, it was love at first sight. Off he went, the coins heavy in his cup. At last he had found a place to call home. Now each night after dinner the music starts, and each night the floorboards shake. Mary and Buffy's feet beat to the rhythm of the jigs and the reels, and Buffy lives up there on the hill to this day. The end.